Well, hello there. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Leonard, Rebel, Jesse, Cat, Dobby, and Julie. How we doing, everybody? We good? I won't keep you waiting any longer. How we all doing? We good? Oh, it's another week. Another week, another hat. What's up, Marie? Yeah, that was a bit long, sorry. I had to go rush the dogs upstairs. They were already driving me nuts. Oh. I've moved everything around a little bit. I've been messing around. The mic should sound a little better, so we're good. Your voice volume needs to go up a bit. The music needs to go down a bit. You're a little harder to hear. Let's try that. And hello. that should be a bit better there. I've messed around with a few little bits, so maybe that's a little bit better now. Perfect. Who's done their drawing challenge then? How many people did I see done that? Wow, I am behind. Right, so while we've got everybody here at the start, just in case people drop out, do you want to take a look at some little sneak peeks of stuff before we move on? Let's switch you around. Okay, that's just something we're going to work on today. So what are we working on? Now, for anyone who wasn't aware, this is tomorrow's. Tomorrow? This is Friday's. Oh, my camera's lagging a little bit there. This is Friday's tutorial. So this will be up on YouTube. Which I'm really happy with this one. Just like the little bits of like the glows coming in from like the outside on the reindeer and whatnot. I think I think I wanted to get back to like a little bit of sort of the pieces where I was making life a bit simpler. Like some of the designs are just a little bit simple and clean and very sort of easy on the eye. And yeah, I think I was very pleased with how this one came out. What's up, Jesse? Yeah, these triple boob designs are crazy. Quinn boobless. So this is a sneak peek of Friday's design. This will be up on YouTube on Friday. What's up, Lang? Honestly, don't know how you're on my homepage, but I'm staying, man. Oh, cool. What's up, Lang? Lang, do you draw at all with Procreate on your iPad? And we do these live streams every Wednesday. It's usually start between 8 and 9, something around that sort of mark. So that's Fridays. Let's have a look at some other stuff. So last night I was waiting for the YouTube video for Patreon that went up today to upload. In the meantime, I thought Cooper's just been sat there waiting for me. And so I decided to start, and I'm not 100% yet on it. The stamp itself is an old one. I want to give you a new stamp for Cooper. But something kind of like this. I want something in the distance potentially, but that's just a maybe at this point. And something like that is going to be the next Cooper design. I'm not happy about the colour on Cooper just yet. But something where we've got a planet and some sort of... I want him to go through some struggles here. Poor Joel probably thought he was giving us a wholesome nose prompt. Little did he know. No, I kind of... Listen, I drew 2 of those curves and I knew what I was getting myself into. Is my camera lagging or is my entire stream lagging? I don't think the entire stream's lagging. My hands seem to be fine. I think it's just the other camera. Yeah, Lang, I don't use dark mode, as Dobby mentioned there. Sometimes on camera it can throw off my white balance, but also, yeah, so that's just why I use that. And when because I used to do a lot of like really dark designs that would have like just neon, and then so there'd be just one line down the middle and it would just throw off the exposure. So that's what I do instead. And this one doesn't use autofocus. Marie still hasn't done the Cooper tutorials. Damn, what am I doing? I mean, what am I doing? Now, I want him to go through some struggles. I envision him like here up on this cliff top. And then down here when he gets down to these sort of massive sculptures. I need to work on the scale a tiny bit. But like down here, you know, maybe there'll be like a message on here or something. So he gets like some inkling that there's something else. You know, somebody else here, you know. Cooper gets homesick and decorates whatever is around him with whatever he can find. So that's Cooper. I'm messing around with that. And I think that's it for your sneak peeks. I think you've seen everything else that we've got coming up. Lang, if you're new here, I post Procreate content every single week. So usually a tutorial on YouTube every Friday, and then a tutorial over on my Patreon. The link's in the description if you want to go check it out. I can show you some designs if you're still about. But yeah, patrons get 3 extra tutorials every single month. You can go check out that down below. Joe, instead of Elf on a shelf, you could have Coop on a stoop. Cheers, Lang. Appreciate you dropping the sub. That should actually pop up on the screen in a second. I don't know if it's just lagging. I'll pause it and unpause it. And then today, I just want to. I'm not going to be live for as long as normal. We're visiting some family in the next couple of days, so we're actually setting off tomorrow. So we'll got a lot of driving to be doing, so it won't be too much of a late one. What's up, Robin? I've done Cooper's Adventures and I love the series. You're awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you, Robin, dropping in and showing some love. Dobby, do you wanna? Shall I just? I can go if you want to stay. Yeah, I mean you can take over if you want. Right, cool. Let's mess around with this. I've got a little bit of a palette of tones anyway. So the background's just slightly off black. Now this one I want to create like a little effect with this where we've got sort of light bulbs within the sign. So like a just a little New Year's thing. This may or may not make it to a tutorial at some point. I'm not sure yet. Lang, what iPad is that? I've got the iPad 2020. So this is the 2018 iPad Pro 11-inch. This was my lockdown purchase to myself. I think what was everybody's lockdown purchase to themselves? That's a good question, actually. What was your little treat to get you through lockdown? If I had it my way, I would only do Cooper. Oh no. So many people love it. I just need to stay on top of it, really. This might make it to a tutorial. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm so excited for everybody to get the new one, the new tutorial on Friday. Like Roddy in the Price is Right. Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. I bought a 55-inch TV and an Xbox One. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you've had to go through the pain of buying an Xbox. That must have been awful for all of you. Guys, you gotta remember how lucky you are sometimes that you don't own an Xbox. Like, some people out there, you know, really going through it. What's up, Josh? If you're in the chat, appreciate you dropping a sub over on YouTube. Lang, I've got no idea why it doesn't pop up, mate, to be honest with you. It can pop in and out. Oh, Lang got a PS5. See, there you go. There you go. That's a friendly right there. A puppy and an iPad. Damn. Is that your first dog, or is that like, was that a puppy that is like the new, like, or the dog, the only dog in the household, or is that a puppy to go along with a dog you had before? And my kid and art. So, Sula? I'm so sorry if I just butchered that. I love your tutorials and style of drawing. Appreciate you dropping in and showing some love. Thanks for popping in. We do these live streams every Wednesday. What's up, Sissy? I'm new here and love your videos. Sissy, you just become a patron, didn't you, quite recently at the start of the month? And Dobby, I ordered a PS5 for my son for Christmas. Okay, well, it's a family gift, but I'm framing it as a gift for him. Who said that earlier on in the Discord? Was it Parent Tax? First and only dog. Oh, cool. What breed did you get? As you know, I've got my golden retriever Daisy, and Charlie my border collie. A printer and a heat press. Oh, cool. Oh, that's where is that where all the t-shirts come from? Just trying to get all the shapes in place for a minute. What sort of music do we want? Do we want this kind of music on? Or should I change it? Should we go for something a bit more chilled out? A dash sound. Love that. What's up, Milo? How you doing? My name is hard in English, but its meaning is something easy in Arabic. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if I butchered it. I butcher loads of names. Hey, we don't want that. Oh, why do I keep doing that? There we go. Is Julie still here? Julie, if you're here, how are you getting on with the C word? I don't mean anything like rude there. I just mean, you know, it's the word I can't say on YouTube. It's it'll make the video sort of disappear from view a little bit. So, oh, also, guys, while you're all here, drop a like down below. Just drop that like down below. It takes 2 seconds. Marcia? Hello from Tennessee. Love your reindeer video. Oh, cool. Are you new here? Based on your, is that the first video you've seen? The reindeer one I was really pleased with. Like, I said this before, like, in the chat, like, I want to try and do some more like cartoony designs next year, like just little characters here and there. Like I'm not gonna milk it like some creators, but just enough, like here and there. Also, do you know what? Listen, I've said this on stream before, and I'll keep seeing it on Instagram all day, every day. And listen, whoever made the fur brush, fair play to you. You must be like feet up, like just retired by now. Like the amount of people that must have bought that brush set it must be through the roof. But damn, I see so many furry, fluffy monsters. Like too many. Too many. So what I'm trying to do is just create a bunch of layers for all the effects that I want to put in here. And this is just off the top of my head, so this could go wrong. Thanks for everybody dropping the like down below. Helps the channel out. It really does a lot. So I appreciate you. The thing is with the reindeer one, the cool thing with that is like the principles of that can be used for like any character you can think of. Like when you think about it, you could turn your dog into that character. Just add the markings of your dog onto the body or the head even of the Memoji sort of character that you're adding, and maybe just adjust the face slightly, you know, if you need to. But yeah, it's that I think the principles of it are pretty good just to learn anyway. Like that sort of drop down light was pretty cool. Lang, where can I get the brush? Are you talking about the furry brush? If you're talking about the furry brush, I've got no idea. No idea. I don't know who made it, to be honest with you. And Julia, I'm here in spirit today. I'm dying on the couch with you on the TV, so I don't have to chat up all the time. Oof. Damn. You get yourself a nice cup of tea. When I had it, it was not fun at all. And Julia, I need you to read out all the comments, Joel, so you can keep me up to date with the chat. Oh no, Julie. No, I'm actually doing it now. Can you explain why you duplicate and merge to enhance the quality? So with the outline effect, so annoyingly compared to like Photoshop, if you want to create an outline of an object, there's only one way to necessarily do it. So like this text layer here, let me just do it again for you. I'll duplicate it. I'll change the color to something else. Let's just change it to like a blue so you can see it against the rest. So what you do is you just rasterize the layer, which means it's no longer a text layer. It's a layer that can only be adjusted like a pixel layer. So like a layer that you would draw on. So if you tap on it and you select that shape, you've then selected the actual shape. And the only way to create an outline of the shape without manually going around, which is not accurate and a waste of time, you go to feather and then you pick the amount. So now if I pick, say, let's do something that you can see the difference. I'll go to 4%. You go back to the layer and you've feathered the selection out, meaning you've sort of smudged it out and blurred it out. And then when you tap on the layer and you fill it, if we then take a look, see how fluffy this is now? We've got to duplicate this a ton of times. You can see every time I duplicate it, look at this too, it starts to bolden out the shape. So you're adding more and more of the fluff, but then it sort of smooths itself out in the end. So it's here we've got, what, 8 versions of the same layer? And then when you pinch them layers together, that's now one layer. And then if I technically duplicate that now, well, we had 8 before, so now we've got almost 16 versions of that layer now stacked up on itself. So you pinch them together and you're just very quickly filling out that outline. So I'm just duplicating it multiple times. And this is a bad example because it's gone quite, it's probably gone too big and I've done it too much. But you can see it's more of a solid shape than it was. So hopefully that answers your question. Marcia, I like to learn a new technique, and that's what I loved about your tutorial. Yeah, I do. I quite like the Procreate in general. Like online, the community has so many different artists with so many different styles. Like everybody has a particular like. I'm a big fan of Tati works. I've never really like spoken to her and stuff too much, other than one time where I just asked her if she didn't mind me referencing her in a video. But Tati's style is like so unique compared to other people's. Like I don't know how much time she puts into brushes and textures and stuff, but man, she her style is so unique to her, like the amount of textures she puts into her work, and it makes life easy for everybody else. Like I would draw the textures in and get you guys to do them, where she creates you a quick brush and you guys can just fly straight through it. So I'd say probably sometimes me and Flo are a bit close together a little bit, but then you've got people like James Julia and there's like crazy, like almost realistic landscapes, and it's so cool just to get so many different styles. Like that style that's going up on YouTube, which is on Friday, like me, I love this style. It's very minimalistic, it's just simple, and if you nail the palette, it's all you need to just nail a really good design. And that's where a lot of my designs actually started from. If I just scroll back in this stack, and let's go right back down to the bottom. So this is where I was creating daily content for TikTok. And if I go right down to the bottom, this was my very first one for TikTok and did quite well. But regardless, you can tell again the sort of minimalism effect to everything. Just very simple with its shapes, and I love stuff like this. Little hill up on the side there, just enough text or sort of shaping in there that you can work that out. And you've got the really cool sort of landscape in the background. That may or may not make it to a tutorial one day. And you can change up your style though, which is kind of cool. Like sometimes it can be tricky. I mean, we all know that, you know, I like to do a bit of neon here and there, just like a little bit, just like the tiniest little bit. So yeah, I just like that. I think it's pretty cool. So many different styles. Right, let's delete that. What's up, Thomas? Pledged over on Patreon. We got a new patron. We need a oh damn. We need a new like alert or an emoji, don't we, for a new patron? Damn, we should do that. So you guys can just spam it in the chat. I got you. Let's I'll catch up on chat in 2 seconds. It's not even come through to Patreon yet. How has that happened? Not even come through on Patreon, so I can't even send a welcome out. And I can't remember their name off the top of my head. Was it Josh? It was Josh, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It's not even popped up in my feed here either. Sometimes this feed drives me nuts. Alright, let me catch back up, sorry. I found a free fur brush. I have to find a link to it. Oh, cool. That'd be quite nice to see. Maybe we'll create some furry monsters. I hope you're having a good evening. And you've got you on the TV while I design some tattoos using Procreate. That's cool. I really want to get into maybe just like simple line work. So, Richard, if you're not part of our Discord, there's a link in the description down below. And then you can fire your designs over and share them with us over there. Joel, tell Julie I hope she feels better. And I thought I'd give her a big hug if I was there. But secretly, I don't really like her. Dobby. That's out of order. In the chat as well. Wow. What's up, Louise? How you doing? Marie, yes, Richard. Love to see your art. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be so cool to see it, Richard. That zombie. You realise you say that every week now. I got the notification, but it doesn't show up on my Patreon. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I even doubted it. Like, it's just all the time. Dobby with a super chat. Just here for the quad booblets. Feel better, Julie. Thank you, Dobby, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate the support. Sissy, may I ask a question? I'm new to Procreate. What is the purpose of flatten when you would use it? Flatten. Okay, so flatten. Real quick, I'll try and put this together for you. Let me just create some new layers here. So let's create 4 layers and we group them together. So how I would normally do it is if you are running out of layers. So if I was to draw something and we draw a little circle on this one, we drop the color in. And then let's create. Let's then change the color. Let's just select another one. So the purpose of flatten is essentially if you're running out of layers, you could, rather than keep all 4 of these, if you're just completely done, you can just tap on it and flatten it, and it becomes, all those layers are now squished obviously into one layer. So you can just adapt the one layer if you want to. But to be honest with you, Sissy, if you can, a lot of the time, how I do my tutorials, like you wouldn't really necessarily need to flatten your design in any way. Like I would keep the layers as much as you can, because it allows you to go backwards and make adjustments at any stage. Right, and then what we want to do is, with this design, we want to create some light bulbs. Now I'm going to create some, and I'm going to position them where I want them first of all, and then I'm going to create one light bulb and duplicate it the whole way around. No worries, Sissy. And Dobby, again, I really appreciate the super chat. It does not go unnoticed how many weeks that you are supporting us through the live stream, so I appreciate you. So let's get some of these added in. Oh, sorry, yeah, let's catch back up. Siska, how are you doing? Great to see you. All the way from the Holland. That's one thing I have, and from you guys as well, so I appreciate the feedback all the time, is I've been trying to accommodate a lot better for the thought process of as I'm making my way through a design, making sure that I accommodate for iPads of all different sort of layer counts. That's because you guys have brought it up to me a few times. Just so every time I think I'm sort of done with a section, I'll make sure to give you an idea that you can collapse, you know, something down and squish all the layers together, save on your layer count. So that actually adds to Sissy's question a little bit further, is that certain iPads, the newer the iPad and the higher the spec version of it, the more layers that you can have in a Procreate file. If you have the same canvas, so if we had the same canvas size, then, and you've got the latest one, then you would be able to potentially have more layers in your canvas than I can, or, you know, vice versa. I think Marie, from what I remember, Marie's got an absolute weapon of a an iPad. Was it Marie? Somebody had, I think it was Marie, and it was like we were discussing layer counts over on Discord, and I needed some layer counts from you guys. I think you had an absolute beast. It's crazy powerful. That's kind of cool. I kind of like the layouts of them. Might have to juggle how I go about that. I think what I'm going to have to do here is I'm actually going to have to work on like one, and then like move it around. No, it's just good. It's a joke. Sorry, it's a joke. Once somebody was getting their Pen.Tips, which are some oh, I've actually not got them on actually. I'll put the grip on. Their Pen.Tips from Holland, and I ended up saying, rather than the Netherlands and Holland, I merged them together and said the Holland, and so they just wouldn't. They would not let it live. They wouldn't let it like die. Just had to keep bringing it up to me. And since you got the iPad Pro yesterday, 1 terabyte of storage just for use, just for this use. Woo! You got some money. Yeah, it's a big. The thing is with an iPad is a lot of the time is you will get longevity out of them. So, especially if you've gone all out with a terabyte of storage, you're going to have loads. There we go. There's the Holland. Lang, heading out now. Great to come across your channel, broski. I appreciate you, Lang, being in here as always. Thank you for your support, and might see you again next week. But otherwise, join the Discord. Links in the description. And take a look at Patreon if you want to get some extra tutorials. Should we do a raffle? Should we see if Patreon's actually updated yet? No, nothing. Right, sorry, I will do some of this. Light source. The light source is itself, which is very interesting. So if they're all going to be yellow, let's do this one here. I just realised, are we missing Kirsty as well? I'm trying to think what needs to come first. I think I've got to darken the background inside here first. Yeah, no, sorry, I've got a little bit of work to do on the inside actually. So darken that right up. Oh, thanks Kat for sharing that. I'll take a look. I ran out of storage. I was editing videos on my phone. I've moved my editing these days to my computer now, just to try and spare my iPad a little bit. Okay, darkness on the inside, which I think can do with I think I'll end up having to do quite a bit on this one. That's not efficient, Joel, is it? Let's not do it like that. Let's do... Okay, let's take that out of there. If I'm going to gamble and say I'm happy on all of these and group them all together. I need to do a Christmas themes art and skip planets. Get back to the we've got a little bit of time though. Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, you can always jump back to the planets afterwards, can't you? I guess. I'm gonna definitely be doing Cooper tutorial. Hopefully this month. I think it will be this month. I just need to touch that one up a little bit and make some adjustments. And I need to work on your final Patreon exclusive tutorial as well. That'll be coming out this month. Heather Love pledged over on Patreon. Thank you, Heather, if you are in the chat. I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate the support over on Patreon. Guys, just real quick. This month on Patreon has been crazy. Like, crazy. Like, I can't believe how crazy it's been. But the family is growing quick. And I appreciate so much of that support. Like, it's crazy how much you guys are willing to take care of me and support me on these little drawing adventures that we have together. Holland, I've never used Patreon. Patreon or are you mocking me? Hey, Red Bull, still waiting for the email, but you know, anytime, just drop me an email. Anytime. What is your iPad sitting on? Shut up. That's a good question. This is the Sketchboard Pro. So you can see in my camera just here, somewhat elevated. This is the Sketchboard Pro. So you pop your iPad in and it's completely flush here. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And then what did I do? So it's completely flush all the way across. You pop your iPad into it. You got a nice little spot here for your Apple Pencil. There's also one here at the top here, which is just slightly out of view. But it makes life a lot easier because it raises the iPad from being flat and it just brings it up towards you. So you've got a big canvas just to sit on and just continue your motion. It's really comfortable to draw on. But there's a link down below in the description, so check that out. But if you happen to get one, use code JoelCreate and you get 10% off. Hey, it's who you know. Yeah, JC fam. Guys, please let Michelle know what your thoughts are if you've got one of the sketchboards. I believe a couple of our patrons have got one. So be sure to drop it in the comments to see what you think about it. Oh my god, just have to be very, very careful if you draw in bed and your knees pops the iPad out. Yeah, use code JoelCreate Michelle for 10% off. Right. And then I want a oh, what I should have done was mask that actually. It's a pricey accessory, mind. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a little bit of a pricey one, but yeah, I mean, you can get 10% off. Yeah, what's up, Masir? What can't you see? Do you mean the link in the description down below? Where you can find me. Oh. 2 seconds. Oh, is it not there? Hang on, I'll pop it in the chat. 2 seconds. There we go. There's your link. And like I said, use code JoelCreate. I'll put that back in the chat as well, just to be sure. You're very welcome. And that light in the angle, so we need to darken up maybe this top edge a little bit more than the bottom edge. So I'm going to try and turn these into lights. I've never made these types of lights before, so this might be a bit of a tricky one to do. So that's the basis of them. We'll come back to them in a minute because I want to start also bearing in mind the inside and how that lighting's then also going to bounce around. So what layers have we got? That's the base layer, that's cool. And this is the inside, so this one here. Create a new layer underneath there. We should technically now edit that text and make that a lot darker. And then this layer here, let's alpha lock this layer and let's change that up to just a slightly dark tone. And then inside here, let's have a look. So like here, maybe I need to be brave here and like pick a different color. So mix with the golder tones. Making a week's worth of thumbnails in Procreate, I struggle. I think I'm totally with you there. I think making thumbnails for YouTube in Procreate is actually super fun. A lot more fun than... My special J doesn't seem to have changed colour. Oh no, what's happened? Wait, but how far are you? How far are you a YouTube member? Should we have a look? I can't remember the next milestone that it should change for you, Christy. Oh, you didn't get the message I was live. Oh, that's good to know. How you doing, Christy? Let's have a look. Memberships. So, not sure what it's done. So, Christy, the only thing I can say is it says to me it rejoined 1 month ago. So that your total is currently only at 4 months. No idea why. It doesn't say anything else. So I don't know if you'll know otherwise, but that is the only thing I have for you, my dear. So happy to see your face. Thanks. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this, to be honest with you, because I'm going to have to... I just realised I've got to do all the other letters as well, so I think I'm bitten off more than I can chew, potentially. And everything I try and do here is just going to affect every single layer. Like, that lighting looks cool and stuff, but I've just realised I've got to do it every time. So maybe let's try and do the outer lines as well. What's up, Trevin? How you doing? I think I need to just change my background colour a smidge so I can just see the difference just for a second. Do you guys think it helps seeing the face along with the... no, like, don't take the mic here. But seeing the face, seeing my face, should I say, against the voice, I guess? As in, like, is it better for watching, like, the live streams and stuff? Just in general? Wow. 1 month light blue, 2 months the colour I currently have, 6 months is gold? No, 6 months is bronze, 12 months is silver. It's a slight colour difference. And then silver, and then gold is 2 years. Stoked to finally catch a live stream. Oh, that's cool. I've noticed you got a particular sort of style, Trev, in the Discord of like, kind of like the sort of more distorted kind of like style of art, I would say. Not so much distorted. What am I kind of going for? Maybe like fractured sort of style of art. I noticed you quite liked the look of Milo's design. See, I'm always there in the Discord most of the time, just having a little wee peek. That's maybe something I should probably try and like sort of push the boundaries out a bit more. It's just not be afraid to maybe go for something a bit more sort of abstract. And because sometimes I struggle with abstract, and I think there's a real art to it in itself. Obviously, it's not. I love space abstract. Yeah, destruction. Look, Trevor and I've been working on another Cooper episode. We should go out sort of sometime. It will go out this month. I'm really not enjoying what I'm doing so far. It's actually quite a struggle to try and get this right. I think we're gonna have to like duplicate the layer a few times. Like to get some real bright colours in there. The idea is to then duplicate it and flip it and put it underneath. But I'm not sure I like it. I think maybe I've also realised obviously I've got to do every letter. So I could get away with maybe flipping the two once to at least the outside over there. How about right now? Oh, in the face. Why would we not want to look at his face? Stop it. Marcia, gotta go. We'll try and catch you again. Thanks, Marcia. Pronounce Marsha. Gotcha. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm so terrible with pronunciation of people's names. It's almost an art form at this point. I need to contain this down a little bit before it goes. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not happy with that in a minute, so best bit always to walk away and come back to the outside. What am I doing? It's alpha lock and then fill. Trevin, so I'm pretty new here. Do you have an actual Cooper comic book? So at the minute, Cooper is a sort of digital comic book that you can follow along with. Cooper will eventually, as a concept, as a sort of identity, will be expanding beyond just Procreate and digital art. I've got loads of plans for it, and it will all be happening next year. But end of next year, well, when I'm happy with Cooper episode, say 1, I will redo the works and make them into a physical comic book / colouring book. So you'll be able to buy the comic book of Cooper and be a great gift for children, potentially, or adults. My mum, who is 59? I can't remember her age, somewhere around there. She does a lot of colouring, like traditional colouring and colouring books. So I think it'd be a really cool little idea. Check it up on the website. And yeah, maybe some nice little idea there for some sort of little passive income, I guess. And a great use of the Cooper sort of brand, because I think then, not brand, but you know, the identity, move it into different spaces. And people that don't have an iPad may be inspired to do so, but also, you know, children whose parents who want to get them involved with the idea of him can also get involved. So I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm glad you're all on board with that. I appreciate that. Love it. Can't wait. Cooper has an aesthetic of one of my all-time favourite music / video songs. Love Is Gone by Slander. Oh, cool. Can you drop that in the Discord for us? doing the outside here has actually really helped me. It's just the inside and getting like the bulbs and stuff to look right. But they're just going to take a little bit of time. Cooper the movie. Yeah, should we get Universal on the phone? Michelle, I've learned so much from your tutorials. I also follow you on Patreon. I'm still a newbie and drawing and zero experience. Well, I hope that my tutorials are easy to follow for every level of skill or experience with Procreate. I do try my best to try and... like, there's little things where I always try and remind myself to, you have to continuously... you know, make sure that even though we know them and somebody brand new coming to my tutorials may not, so like just like little things like double tap in the top left hand corner to select white, double tap at the bottom to select black. I think that's a fundamental sort of little trick that you should learn to do, rather than try and just position it up there, because you might not get the right tone and you'll end up with a slightly off tone. So yeah, I really hope that I can... well, first of all, it's always a pleasure to know I'm part of a lot of people's Procreate journeys. I love that. Even if people obviously come and go, which I appreciate, happens every month. People come and go, and you know their skills move on, or they see a tutorial that they like the look of, or whatever reason. It's always cool to know that I was in there at one point, and if you become the next Art with Flow or Rishi Draws, then I had a little bit to play in there. I love those messages, I really do. Like having people send me messages like that, they're so interesting to listen to or read, because you like kind of try and gauge where you are or where they are in their journeys. And I started off doing all of this through doing tutorials from other people, so we all start there. I'm going to delete all of that. Not a fan of any of it. And that has come to life a lot more. So that's actually better, and I feel better now. That looks good. Wait, what did Rebel say again? Yes, Cooper gone wild. Nope. That should be wanting like what is it? Royalties for a name being in the title. Ah, nice one. Appreciate that. I'll take a look at that, Trevin. Don't sell yourself short. They might move to become the next Joel. Nah, you're too kind. Hey guys, I didn't think we were going to nearly make 10k this year. Obviously, everything that happened with my dad and in November, and a bit of a slow month. You know, I was so focused. I've been focused on it all month, all year. Hitting 10k by the end of the year, but we might get close. And I have a weird prediction that I may hit it on New Year's. Now, this year for New Year's, we're going away with some friends, which is going to be nice. I'm kind of past the clubbing a little bit. I mean, maybe deep down in my soul, you know, I've got a couple of 2 steps left in me. But we're going away, and I tell you what, if I hit 10k on New Year's, I'll be going hard. Trevin, Rebel, I completely agree. I struggle with art creativity. I'm definitely more of an instruction follower, lol. But these tutorials just click in my head and turn out beautifully. That's really cool to hear. I appreciate that. Rebel, yes, it's one of the best. Some people just aren't good with doing tutorials. But then he goes, right, speed to keep up with explanations. So that's one thing I like. I've like played my videos to my mum the other week, and she was like, "Do you get this speed, do you?" And I was like, "Why? Is that too fast?" And she was like, "I wouldn't be able to keep up." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." So like, I'm not going to make the videos longer and slow down, because as long as you've got a gap to pause it, that's all you need. Like for people watching, like I can't. There's some people that tell me, "Oh, I did this in 15 minutes," and the tutorial's like an hour long. And then there's other people that say, "Oh, it took me 6 hours to do it." So I'm like, there's so many different people and so many different ways that people go about doing it, so I can't accommodate for everything, but hopefully it's a good enough pace. I prefer being a little bit slower and the video being a bit longer, although it's not technically sometimes the best thing for YouTube, but hopefully it helps. And Michelle, I'm a newbie too. I learned a lot with Joel's tutorials and keep learning to do artwork and keep up with the JC fam. That is the best. I love that. The JC fam. If I ever have a channel, it will be called How Long Until Rebel Throws Her iPad. Okay, so like a weekly video, and you're like sort of tempting or teasing us with like your aggression, like will I, won't I, and then just cut straight to the credits. And then I don't know how long you're gonna be able to drag that out for, but you try your best, sweetheart. You try your best. I get discouraged easily, but make drawing easy and fun. Oh, he makes drawing easy and fun. That's cool. Appreciate that. Which I think it's awesome that I can follow along with your videos without having to pause. Now that's cool. That means that like we're sort of pace-wise on there, and hopefully my instructions. Oh, I've disappeared. My instructions are enough that you can understand where to navigate, sometimes without even looking. So when I first started, I paused a lot, and the 30-minute tutorial took an hour. But now I understand more and rarely pause. That's cool to know. I appreciate those guys. I paused a lot in the beginning as well, but now I've gotten to the point where I can anticipate what will be next. Hey, see, that's even better. You're one step ahead of me. You know what you're doing. Now, until how long? Now, until how long? Yeah. Do we like that base colour? And that's what I was doing. I'm going to go for a much more dramatic look in there. And then we're going to reflect it underneath. What is the time? Oh, it's okay. We're still good. Still good. I did one tutorial one day without listening to his instructions, just watching it. Oh, that's pretty cool. At least visually, I'm doing enough that I'm not cutting too much with the sort of video to make it confusing to watch. And Michelle, I still pause videos, but I think that comes from being a perfectionist. Yeah, I mean, you got to also remember is that like if my video is half an hour long, it took me maybe 45 minutes to record it, start to finish, where I've just cut out the rubbish. Like the amount of times, like oh my god, in the last video that's just gone up, you will notice we'll go layer, we'll do tap on it and do clip it, then we'll change our brush, and then I'll go and then go back to your layer and tap on it and make sure it's drawing assisted. Like that's me forgetting. So in my, like in the actual full edit, I've gone here and then gone damn, it's not reflecting it on the other side or drawing assistant in some way, or it's not clipped, and then yeah, I'm cutting that middle gap out. So yeah, you're just seeing the perfect cut. Sometimes they're not even perfect. All smoke and mirrors, as they say, don't they? I had somebody recently message me about how close they live to my house. Not my house, but my area. And like how they were like, oh my god, that's amazing, you just live so close. And I'm like, I suppose like I understood where they were coming from, and I was like, I might just start telling people where I am and have random people turn up to see me. Or even just test the water, even, sorry, just to see how many people would maybe just be like, oh, I live there, I'm on my way. I think if I like gave you like a Costa somewhere, like it'd be like, oh yeah, I'm in a Costa here, you know, come and say hello. Be like, one, I think Julie would just jump on a train, probably walk out of work, come and say, like, you know, she'd be on route rapid. Claire as well. Wonder where Claire is. Claire as well. We'll let Christy off because she's all the way down in New Zealand. Oh, damn. Good soup. That could get dodgy, Bethany. It really could. Jilly would pop up and ask if there's need anything from the shops. And Kat, I just want your address so I can send you stuff. I'm not going to show up at your door. I mean, Kat, like the effort that you would go to if you did just to randomly turn up at my door and come all the way over here just to say hello. I mean, like, oh hey, we don't play hockey round here, unfortunately, but we can go play football. Soccer. Listen, if you're going to say soccer, actually, I'll ban you straight away, so that's all good. No, but I'll find you when I'm in England next year. I will. Julie on her way. You should get a PO box, Joel. I need to also. Yeah, Marie, you must get loads of like people wanting to do that, like send you stuff. Trevor and I always freak out when I merge layers. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, you just said soccer. Oh, okay, right. Let me just ban him. How do I ban? Let's kick you straight out the chat. I'll get my assistant to do that in a second. But seriously, could you imagine if we got together in a park or something to do a live draw along with me? I'd have to like bring cameras and stuff as well just to like film that. That's a mental sort of scenario, isn't it? That is actually mental. Right, let's grab, I think it was this color here, and it is on this layer here too. And then I believe I've got to Did you know that the States is my #1 geolocation of supporters over on YouTube? Oh, hang on. While I've got a lot of you here, I want to show you something. So next year, drop a 1 in the chat to let me know you're paying attention. Drop a 1 in the chat. Oh, none left. Okay, cool. So next year when the Patreon changes come into place on my Patreon, we'll still have the same tiers. We've still got £3, £6, £12, or however that converts for you in your local currency. So supporter, super supporter, and superstar supporter. Those changes, one thing's moving basically from the £3 tier to the £6 tier, which is the sneak peeks. And then at the top tier, we've got 2 new things, which are brand new for the highest tier, which is early access to YouTube videos. Now that may be 1 day, that might be 2 days, that might be as quick as I can get that content to you basically. But early access to YouTube videos, I may expand that onto Patreon as well. So early access to all videos. But they also get merch. Now this is going to be handled by Patreon. So the design is going to be a one-off design that's only available to patrons at the very top tier. So let's have a look and find that design for you. This design here. So we got a neon Cooper coming out of the Joel Create logo. Now this is going to be part of some exclusive merch that is only available to super supporters. If you're already a superstar supporter, so top tier superstar supporters. So if you are a supporter of that, you'll be able to get access to the merch. Now the merch works in a way, how Patreon do it is you have to be a concurrent supporter for 3 months, and at that point of 3 months you can then claim your merch. So you can claim the merch once you've been a patron of that tier for 3 months, and you can get your merch. You can claim your merchandise. So they deal with it. They'll send you an email to say you now qualify, and you'll be able to grab the merch. Now, how I'm thinking about doing this is I may, based on the fact that you've got to do it for 3 months, I may change the design. So we'll have an exclusive design per year. So this would be done after 2022, and wait, is that right? Yeah, 2022, and you would I'm reading the chat and you distracted me, so hang on, let me get my brain back in gear. So yeah, it would only be available for 2022, and then we'd move on to a new design exclusive for 2023, and so on and so on. So that each year, if you are a top tier supporter and you continue to support you sort of throughout the year, you'll be able to sort of build up this collection of exclusive content, and this would be the very first one. So that is going to be available now. I'm debating doing a couple of things. At the minute, the superstar supporter tier is already like, it's again, like, the generosity of you guys is amazing, and that's why I'm trying to rejig these things to give you a lot more back. So it's the first one is a sticker, but I may, depending on what I get feedback wise, is I may. The thing is, what has to happen is that Patreon set an amount that they recommend that your tier is in order for that person to then claim that amount, and so that you basically don't lose money. You know, so it's actually not a negative. So the first one is going to be this exclusive sticker, which is pretty cool. And then maybe in the future we'll move on to maybe like t-shirts. Maybe we'll move on to hoodies. Maybe we'll move on to hats. Do you know how badly I want a Joel Create hat? Logo on the front. Like, I wear beanies all the time. Like, I just because I've got such long, glorious hair that it just helps keep everything a bit tidier, and sometimes I can't be bothered. So that's what we're gonna do. So this year's gonna be a sticker, this design, and then next year we may change it up, do a little bits and bobs. A Joel Create beanie would be cool, huh? And then we catch up on everything. Let me just make sure while I was getting my brain in gear there. Oh, it's just lots of love for the design. That's cool. And Marie said that. Explain how we can change. I might wait till January 1st to pay for the year. Okay, so yeah, that's probably a good idea actually. But you can change your tier at any time. I think you already have done. But if you move up to the top tier that we've currently got, that will then start your collection of months. So you'd be able to claim your merch by, what's that, March? And they'll deal with distribution and everything, so you can shout at them if it goes wrong. Or we can have a poster. Julie, I know you're the only one that answered the actual question where I asked if you want a little mini poster or a sticker. I'm going to propose it to all patrons this month, and you will be that may or may not sway people moving up to the higher tier, but also just to make sure we get the right product, whether it's a sticker or a mini poster. I think a sticker's cool because you can put it on the back of your iPad, and I think that's pretty cool. That's how I would do it. I would rather a sticker with this design on than a poster. But then some people might want a little poster, so we've got to pick one and only one. And it's just a lot of love for the design in there. Somebody said tutorial, Dobby, band, cat, or cat going over to Patreon to check to make sure of my status. I mean, I can tell you guys your status if you want. Please don't do anything right now, like, because I've got to make changes to the tiers, which will happen in this month, ready for next month. So just bear it in mind. I'll put a post up on over on Patreon again, just so that people are aware of the changes that are going to be coming. And Kat, you are a super supporter. So you won't get the merch, but you'll get your tier will be the first tier that gets sneak peeks of content coming up. Let me catch back up. Marie, freaking amazing. Thank you. I'll tell us with the flames. Cooper, everything. Joel Crate beanie. You want a Joel Crate beanie? Hey, just drop me a comment if you would want a Joel Crate beanie. Because I think if I bought them in limited quantities, like just a certain amount, I'd hold them and I'll ship them out to you. We'll work some out. I could put them on my website. But limited stock. Like, very limited. I am not packing out my lounge for boxes and boxes of beanies. Marinis, do a hat. I'll wear that with my videos. Oh, that'd be sick. A hat would be awesome. Oh, okay, we're flying here. We're flying. Cooper undies. Write that down. I'll write that down. Hang on. Who put that in there? It's Dobby, isn't it? Is it Dobby? Who put the... Where did I see that photo of the printed undies? Where was that? I can't remember where it was. I thought it was Dobby the undies, the printed undies that of husband on them. No, you on your husband's boxers. That was it. Bethany, if you're missing Cooper, there's a new tutorial coming out probably this month, if not early January, but probably this month. Keep your fingers crossed. A Cooper helmet. Off for the kids, Rebel. Hopefully I didn't miss you. Oh, and I'll catch up with your other question there really quickly. I think I started Patreon in November and paid for the year. I just went back to look and it said I have to pay one half. I'd have to pay one half. Oh, so really quickly to answer Rebel's question. If you have already paid for a year, you pay the difference when you move up to the next tier, because it doubles how my tiers work. So if you've already paid for a whole year, and if for me, I'll keep it in the currency that mine is. £6, I believe, is like the middle tier. Rebel, what are you? So you're a supporter tier at the minute. It was you with the undies, Rebel. I'm with you. One of two, that means. So you paid the difference. So you're a supporter tier at the minute. You would move up to, I mean, it's quite, I think Marie touched, no, Rebel, you actually touched on it. It's quite a lot. So I tell you what I could do, Rebel, is if let's say you wanted to move up to the top tier, but you obviously don't want to fork out $189 in one go. Drop me a message. But what I can do is I can refund you your year up to this point now, and then you could start afresh with like a monthly subscription of the other tier. That's probably the best way to do that for you. Guys, just bear in mind that please don't change your tiers just yet, because if you do, you'll get charged for this month to be the higher tier, and that's up to you if you're happy with that. But it would mean that the new changes won't take effect until January, and that's where the merch will also start. So let me just catch up on everybody's questions. Changes come in January, Milo. Yeah. So that's when it's not a huge amount of changes really. I'm adding more stuff. I'm not taking anything away. Alright, Let me catch back up. Error. Marie's going to wait till the changes happen. Yep, absolutely. And Chrissy, I think I will drop YouTube support and make my Patreon account superstar. So yeah, I think what I might do with the YouTube is, unfortunately, it didn't plan out how I wanted it to in terms of it sort of being alongside Patreon. So I might just, I don't want to keep it running for the sake of keeping it running for people. If people want it and they want that loyalty badge, I'll keep it. But what I was thinking is just dropping it to like $1 or £1, whatever it is. And if that's helpful to a lot more people, we do it like that instead. But Christy, you could absolutely do that, and then obviously move it over to more Patreon. Michelle, how much is Superstar? So my tiers work where you've got supporter is £3. So you'll have to convert that into your currency. Super supporter is £6, and superstar supporter, which is where you get this merch, is £12 a month. And Rebel, no, I'm saying just checked and it was the full 189. Yeah, so because you're a yearly Rebel, so yeah, just drop me a message. I'm happy to, I can easily get that, sort of pause what your current year is and refund you the difference, and then you can work that out if that's any easier for you. Agreed, not worried about the dollar, just didn't want to make sense. It didn't make sense that it charged another full amount where my membership was only like a month or so old. Gotcha. Yeah, just drop me a message. We can definitely work that out. So yeah, that's the exclusive design. So I hope you like it. I want the design to summarize basically like maybe the previous year in a sense. And yes, like there's a running joke with my friends about neon all the time, but it also has Cooper in there. And then whatever we do, Kevin, what a dad joke that is. It's summer. I think it's like maybe next year we'll do a different type of design. But Rebel, thank you for dropping in, and yeah, any questions, just let me know. I'll pop them over on Discord as well. Oh, not on Discord, on Patreon, so other people may have the same sort of questions. Help people out. But yeah, next year we'll maybe do a different time. Of flesh. £12 of flesh every month. I was really happy with that design. I've spent a little bit of time on that, making sure it was exactly how I wanted it to be. Where did we go? Let's get back into here. Who just mentioned about Cooper? Bethany, real quick. I hope you're paying attention. Gallery. This is the basis of the next Cooper episode. I'm going to change the stamp though. That's an old one. I was just sort of planning it out. And that's the basis of the next one. I'm going to add a few more bits and bobs in there. That'll be the next one. I'm close to. Right, so we've added those in there. I also want to start this 2 over here again. In the future, I may actually, just going back to that topic of conversation, I may like move merchandise away from Patreon, but I want to give them a chance straight off the bat for them to show me how they can go about doing it. So in the future, I may actually just deal with it myself. But to start with, we will trust our good old Patreon. And to be fair, I've read nothing but good reviews on it anyway. Content plus a great weight loss program. I know, I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want? So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to get the lighting a little bit correct inside where these bulbs are bouncing off onto the inside frame of the 2s, and then I can move on to flushing this out a little bit more. I do love doing a text style tutorial. Like, it takes care of the foundation in a sense of like the design, like the font, and then you can just design away basically. I think it's really cool. I find them quite fun, therapeutic. Chrissy, I appreciate you dropping in. You go concentrate on your work, and we'll see you again next week. Trevin, Bethany, love the design. That's cool. I think it's what time is it? It's about time we checked in on Julie. Julie, you there? Are you still with us? Okay, so I did that and then I duplicated it. So on this one, we just need to add in some color, and it was primarily towards the underside. That's fine. I'll see what I did there. So, what's everybody working on? What's everybody working on? Is it one of mine? Is it one of your other favorite content creators? Somebody asked me recently. They said, "Do you find it quite like? Is there quite a lot of rivalry in the space?" Actually, it was today. Was it the barbers? I said no, nothing. It's quite a good community that we have, just in general. I say this all the time, so don't. If you've heard this before, just mute or go make a tea. But the community of Patreon on it, so not Patreon, sorry, of Procreate is always a very positive one. I think it's because so trolls in general, like you have to. There's a bit of an investment, isn't there, to getting started with using Procreate. Like you've got to have an iPad, you've got to have well, not technically an Apple Pencil only, but you know, there's some level of investment here to get started. And trolls don't troll for free. You know, trolls only troll for free. If that makes sense. Julie's still here. Kevin, you like James's tutorials, don't you? I've spotted a few of those in the Discord. It's great to see them. Like, I have no issue at all with people showing their designs that they've done for other creators. It's inspiring to me as well, that's the thing. One thing I really like actually is James's sort of. I don't know if James is full time. I say like speaking about him as if like I know the guy, but he seems like a nice enough guy from his tutorials and videos. But you can see how like he's moved quite far across. Like I saw a video the other day and it was referencing that he was a teacher in a school, and I thought that was really interesting. That, you know, he may be close to the same scenario that I am right now, but like, you know, you got a job on the side, but also, you know, doing this on the side and got a job, like your main job. The soothing tones are helping me feel better already, Joe. You're lying. Like I know what the C word feels like. So yeah, lying. But if not, I appreciate you. Bethany, portraits. I'm trying to find my own style. I'm not skilled enough to do hyper-realistic portraits, so I'm trying to find a more cartoony style. Bethany, so my advice, and I've seen other people develop through it, is do little bits with hyper-realism of faces, like especially like portraits. Focus on just drawing eyes, like all the time. Just drawing eyes, and then noses, and then mouths, and when you bring them all together. But sometimes doing the entire lot can be so overwhelming. And I don't do them. I just don't do them. Eyes is something. Again, this is like something where I wish I was full time at doing this. I'd love to not have to work and do this full time. Meaning I'm working, obviously, but you know what I mean. And but meaning that during the day I could practice doing other stuff. So like portrait work. like portrait work, like what else would there be? More realistic stuff. But yeah, I've just focused on drawing eyes quite a lot. And if you're going to do cartoony styles, like that's even better, because there's so many different styles of like cartoon eyes. And then once you've done so many eyes, you're like, it's like me. Like every time even though I might revisit a type of style, like whether it's like, again, we're joking about the neon stuff, but every time I do it, sometimes I do something in a different way. I tell you what's a really good one is the paper cut effect. The paper cut effect and the shadows of the paper cut is something continues to change for me. You know, this style here, the soft look of those shadows is something I had to just keep redoing. Like the previous time I did the shadows, I would only do a Gaussian blur, but this time I did something else on top. Now I won't say that just in case somebody's listening that isn't a patron, so you'll have to sign up to Patreon for the full tutorial. But that's what I mean, is it like you develop refine, that's probably the word I'm looking for, is you refine your techniques over and over again until you realize that now I could next time I do a paper cut, I would do exactly the same as this. So that's my little advice, really. Sometimes I appreciate it. You want to jump straight into the deep end and just get like cracking on with some of the real heavy stuff, but just work on you, and please don't compare yourself to anybody else. You're on your journey. Some people that I look up to, I know one went to like university to do design, and other people have also like been doing it for like a decade. You know, I've been doing Procreate technically for I've been using Procreate for Joel Create for a year. That's it. Like, we're coming up to a year, and that's it. Before, I was doing tutorials just like everybody else. I just had the bottle, I guess, to make a tutorial, and now I can't leave because you lot just pester me every week. I wish I could get paid to draw. You're telling me, Cat. You're telling me, Cat. Richard, just finished a full sleeve design and will definitely drop it in the Discord. That'd be really cool to see. So I've got both my arms fully tattooed top to bottom, and I want to get a leg sleeve done, but don't tell my mum. Like I'm 28, but like don't tell my mum. She don't want me to get it done. I'm betting I love those paper cut drawings. My partner said the last one was his absolute favourite. That's cool. Appreciate that. And this one's taken ages, isn't it? Like, I just feel like I've been nattering the whole time. Trevin, only a year. Hell yeah, my dude. Yeah, absolutely. We started the channel on the 14th, I think, of January. So I've got a little bit longer to try and hit 10k. But Joel Create, I made a TikTok on TikTok on like 2020 turning into 2021, and that was it. So it started. Should we find that? Oh, I can't because I've got it airplane. Telling me this crew. You're telling this crew not to tell. Yeah, sorry. You're telling this crew not to tell your mum. Yeah, I am. Don't tell her. It's like an absurd thing for her to say though. Like, oh, don't go getting a leg sleeve, and it's like, you are aware of the rest of me, right? Are we telling mom? Are we telling? I love that you guys type mom, like mom. It's mum. M-U-M. Mum. Mummy. Mother. Okay, that's actually looking really cool. I'm very happy with the letters right now, in terms of the inside. Let's take a look at if we can get these damn lights to do what I want them to do. Some of them will be turned off and some of them will be turned on. So I need to make all of them off and then make a few of them on. That's what I need to do. Trevin's also hiding his tattoos from Mum. Mummy. 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 Mother. My iPad just changed its colour tone. Definitely just spotted that. Yeah, I did. I've always joked with my mum. I'd always be like, Mum, if I win the lottery, like I am 100% getting her like a throat piece, like 100%. She's like, no, you wouldn't do that, would you? I'd be like, Mum, if I don't have to work again, I'm doing it. I think I'm only winding her up, but maybe I'm not. I'm not even sure. I know if I'm, sure or not. I only just about worked out Kevin's message. You can probably tell I'm not from around here. You can probably tell I'm not from around here. Very nice. My girlfriend got her leg sleeve finished today. Oh, that's sick. Bethany, I'm in my 40s. My mum has never seen my tattoos. Wow, you're really dragging that out. Just be brave. We're all here for you. Listen, I get what my mum's role is to try and stop me looking like a nutcase, I guess. But okay, that's looking better. Yeah, I'll tell you what, right? The middle of my chest, right here, I have a wolf tattoo that like goes like I'm not ripping this. It's a whole different type of stream. I'm not ripping this open, but like I have a wolf right here, and my sternum here in the middle between my pectorals it's just nothing but skin just sat on top of bone, and like I made him leave it till the end, and luckily his last little bit that he did for me was it done, but I was like I was in so much pain. The next day I was in so much pain, like I had to like stay off work. I was in the wars like big time. Like I was off work, I was just completely drained, like where my body had just like I was shaking with like adrenaline, just mad, like this, trying to just combat it. Almost felt much better there. Oh man, throat tattoo. I've heard that it felt like you couldn't breathe at some point. Ugh, damn. I mean, I've had my ribs done. I've had my chest done. I've had both my arms. Like, they say the ribs is pretty bad. I mean, it wasn't the worst. But throat. I mean, I'd be the coolest. I think at that point, like, it's done for everybody else on YouTube. Like, I would be the coolest. Within our little space. I'm joking. That would be cool though. Derek, if you are here in the chat, appreciate you dropping a subscription over on YouTube. The super supporter should get to see the wolf. I'll make a new tier. We'll call it the super duper star supporter tier. I've already joked about this before loads of times. You're probably getting bored of the joke. £50 tier. You get one foot pick a month, maybe a tattoo picture. Right, anyway. Shut up, I'm trying to work. Everyone tattooed the worst pain. No. Milo, do you think so? Trevin, I just started getting my trap tattooed and it felt like my teeth were rattling. Oh, mate, preach. So, like, mine goes across. Can you see that? So, like, I literally have, like, a neckline, like, all the way around here. Like, all the way around side to side and goes over my shoulders. And right here on the point of your collarbone, so the outer bit, Like that was where my whole head was like shaking like crazy. Super duper Cooper Trooper. That's pretty sick. You should do it, Joel. Just wear turtlenecks when visiting mum. Yeah, middle of July, that's like completely like normal. Right, we need to make these bulbs. I'm procrastinating because I know I just can't bothered with it a little bit. But that is not the mentality. We get it done. So I think what I need to do is, I think the best way is to actually create a new layer, select that shape, mask a new layer to that shape, and then potentially just turn that off. The thing is, I don't want to do every bulb, but I think I'm going to have to. Unless I do one bulb and drag it around each time. Maybe that's the answer. David Kim's here. What's up, dude? David, real quick while we got you, how did your stickers come out? I've said this for weeks, mate. We've been waiting for you to come back in. You're alive. How were your stickers for your the little name we did for you, the little design we did on stream? Dobby, just tell her you drew it in the morning and practicing stuff. Dude, they shipped it to the wrong address. So no stickers, and need to order a new set. Oh, dude, that is tough. That is tough. How are you, dude? Are you working? I know for a lot of people that come in here on these streams, they are working, which, you know, if your boss asks, I had nothing to do with it, but, you know, screw them. Trevin, stickers? What kind of stickers? So Trevin, we did, David was he super chatted on a live stream once, and it was a stage where, and I still kind of probably would do, where I want to give, you know, people who super chat just a little bit of something back. And so we did a little one-off design for David with his name, and he went to get some stickers made from them. That's a nice light bulb. Hang on. I think that's enough. I think that's enough of a light bulb that works. And then I think what I've got to also do is duplicate that layer, alpha lock it, fill that layer with black, and then grab my cursor. Ah, oh, that's annoying. I need to. This needs to be like the joint of the light bulb, but how can I do this? I need to clip it to that shape there, so let's select that. Let's just try this, and I'll come back to it and adjust it afterwards. Nope. Yep. Yeah, that's the layer. Oh, right, because that's not. It's not clipped. Okay, that's cool. Okay, we'll come back to that. I remember thinking, who the hell is David Kim? Is this some celebrity I've never heard of? I was totally disappointed I never got my stickers, so bummed. That sucks. I love to make stickers. I'm like a soccer mummy when it comes to cricket machine. Cricket, isn't it? Cricket. We've had this discussion before. Dang, that's a nice light bulb. I hope everyone's doing well, by the way. And I love your new setup, Joe. Thank you. I appreciate it. We this studio of mine, I'm calling it studio now, is like, it's mad. Like how far everything's come. Nice. Whole proper space, sound paneling on the wall and stuff up in front of me anyway, and just flying, dude. Appreciate it. And it's all because of you guys and your support. Couldn't do any of this without you. Dobby. Oh, folks, I have to go drug up the dog and take her to the vet. I thought you were going to say, I've misread that. I thought it said go dig up the dog. I'm like, whoa. Hey, I wish you luck, Dobby. Later, alligator. I think if you check out my, I'm not talking to Dobby here, I mean, but more so David potentially. If you check out my, if you see my story, for example, that I just posted over on Instagram, you'll be able to see the lights. Right, so that's a better light bulb. That's looking good. So what I need to, oh, damn, what did I, oh, okay. I see what I did, and I know how I can maybe combat that. So I'm going to pinch that to that, that to that, and then we're going to select the dots again and create that mask one more time. Or are we? Are we just going to create? Thank you, Trevin. I appreciate that. After a while, crocodile. Right, should we try and do... Ooh, let's try and do one bulb off and one bulb on. Or should we just do all the bulbs on? Because... let's try and do one and then just see how it comes out. And then in here, so in this layer, we need to build up some really beautiful oranges. Oh, I just realized Devon's actually talking to Dobby, not me. No, I'm not going to animate it, I don't think. It's, I like the animation, but not today, I don't think. Animation is something, guys, I will try and work on a little bit more next year. 100%. I find it really crazy that I can have that conversation with you guys in terms of guys, next year, the fact I've been given a year in general is mad. I really wanted to try and fit in some sort of video that would be my 2021 review and sort of work that out. Listen, if any of you got a crazy amount of time, you want to put that video together for me, you do that. Yeah, something because it has been a crazy year, a really crazy year. Great year, actually. All things. Yeah. Joel create. Alternate every other one off. Could do that. I think if I was going to do it, so when I want to animate stuff, I want to make sure it's a real smooth transition. So I would have one fade in and the other one fade out, and then fade the other one in and fade the other one out, sort of thing. That's what I want to try and create in here, though, the little bright bulb part. Make it super bright in there. And then also just the bulb itself is going to need some color on it. I can't believe how long this design's taken, so I apologise if you're the first time here and you're god damn, this guy takes ages. A little bit of natter in today with everybody, but that happens when we do our live streams. I like to hang around with you guys. Oh no, that's quite nice. It's just the colour tones are wrong in there. The yellow's nice though. Nah, you're not distracting. I love coming on here and just chilling. I've said this loads of times. I'd arguably rather we just came on here and just chatted for an hour. It's less work for me, you know? Yeah, it does happen every week, to be fair. Maybe at this point I'm just used to it, you know. I'm just hoping the layer effect here just stands out to me and I'm like, ah, that's the one. Like, just try and make a quick, easy light bulb out of this. That one arguably looks pretty good, but it's probably not bright enough, to be honest with you. Like, maybe this just needs a wallop of colour in behind it. But like a bright colour. So something like this yellow. Guys, while everybody's here, what was your first, let's just work out what your first Joel Create tutorial, or yeah, let's work out what the first Joel Create tutorial it was that you first did when you first found my channel. So let me know in the comments down below which one was the first one that you interacted with. What was your first Joel Create experience, I guess? I say Joel Create like experience like it's something else, like it's like took in the third person a little bit, but so Trevin saying the Cooper in the lake with the lightning. Nice, so that's fairly new. Purple Lighthouse. Damn, that was the first one? Yeah, that was the first one. Jesus. Cat. Trevor and Cat, we are going to do great things together now. Planet with a triangle. Yeah, this is what I really, really want to do, a reacting to my first year on YouTube, or reacting to my first year on TikTok, or, well, both probably. Because I get like actual genuine nostalgia from genuine nostalgia from the first year. Like, I think back and I hear the sounds of some of the TikToks and stuff, and they give me huge nostalgia, which I think is really cool. Like, something I did, you know. I think we make almost every single one of them a bright bulb. What do you think? Because we've already got the dots in there, so we're gonna have to lower those down per one if it's not the actual correct. We'll run through a couple of questions, Marie. I think it'd be quite cool to see where everybody's at. So a couple of bulbs on, couple of bulbs off. Let's just try that. Let's try a couple of bulbs off and on, and then I'll have to get rid of the ones that we don't want. Let's just turn that on as a guide, just so I know where to position the on bulbs. I don't necessarily want to do every other one, you know, like I do. Oh, what am I doing? Grab the cursor, Joel. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Maybe I'll lower some of the lower the brightness of a few and put them in those gaps anyway. So we've got a few like faded out bulbs. Oil painting is the first one for Cat, episode 34. So that was the oil painting of the sort of Chinese, Japanese sort of landscape, right? Is that? Nostalgia is powerful for sure. Yeah, so then comment also what your favourite Joel Create tutorial was. That'd be quite interesting to know. It doesn't have to be YouTube, it can be YouTube, it can be Patreon, it can be wherever you want it to be. 34. Yeah, 34, yeah. I love that tutorial. So clean and simple, that's what I really like. What's up, Jay? I believe my first one from you was the Tron Sunset. Wow, that's an early one. Tron Sunset, that we're talking like first 15? It's gotta be down there somewhere. Tron Sunset is episode 8. Episode 8, Jay. That's cool. And Marie, favourite one's got to go with the frog. Yeah, it was inspired by you lot over on Discord. Trevin, Cooper falling down the water cave is my fave. I love that one. I think with Trevin, I think it might have been yours. The rocks that you added over on Discord with like it making it like he fell, smashed through the ground into the underground bit was a really cool little touch. I really like that. I added a lot of movement to it, which is really cool. Marie, the Neon City. Oh, cool. So that's like pretty recent. Kevin, I think the first one of yours I did was the Neon Charizard. That one's a banger. That one's done very well. And Maria, the Tron Sunset was good. I see the Tron Sunset. I would now revisit. I would want to revisit it, and that's what I probably will do next year. I probably will go back and revisit a few tutorials and go, what have I learned? What could I change? What would I change? And see what we come up with. That's what I was going for, smashing through the dimensions. Lovely touch, lovely touch. Kevin, I think my favourite was either the Neon City or the Good Vibes one. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Oh, the Good Vibes Patreon one. Yeah, I love that tutorial. That text style is just me. Like, I love that. Love that. Let's duplicate this bulb and maybe give it a colour overlay. And then see if we can give it something that's close to the other one, but not quite as bright, you know what I'm saying? While you guys are commenting, I'll catch up in with you in 2 mementos. I love that. Maybe I need to grab like an orangey tone. Oh, that's cool. So that gives a bit of diversity in there. And then I think let's just create a new layer and maybe try and add a little squiggle of the light in there. It's probably too much. That's the one I changed to be a better human. Yeah, that was a cool little slogan. That the neon sign in the leaves, the one that I used my cover photo. The neon sign in the leaves. Neon sign in the leaves. Is that a cover photo on Oh yeah. Wrong tab. Let's go. Is that on your YouTube, Murray? No, not on there. I think, if that's what you're referring to. In the leaves. Oh, sorry, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. Cut the neon sign into the leaf surrounding. Tron Sunset was an oldie but a goldie. My favourite has been the bat, but that has a lot of favourites. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to see the bat got a little bit of love. I love the technique used for the neon lighting. Simple but looks great. Appreciate that. It's my neon sign of leaves I use on Facebook. Gotcha. That's cool. I like that. I like that we've got 2 different bulb styles, and surely if I pinch, I knew that was going to happen. Let's do that, and then let's group them. I always feel like grouping just doesn't do the same. Like when you flatten that layer down, it does still do that. I mean, that doesn't actually look that bad. It just looks like the light's maybe just about to flicker on. I kind of like that. Let's roll with that. Let's roll with it. I can't believe how much time this is spent. I always love this time of year because I've actually had a whole year's now experience of this in terms of I get commissions a little bit when it comes to Christmas time, which is always fun. I always like doing them. Commissions are always very interesting because you're always at like somebody's trusting you to put something together, you know. Let's move these up to the top because they're like my backups. So that's what I think Trevor and I was saying. I like make a folder at the top and collapse it down and just turn it off, and they're just my backup ones, so I can go back and grab them at any time. I love doing neon lettering now. It is cool. I'm glad other people like it. Like I said, my friends, they sort of rip me for it all the time, but Sodom. I love it. Let's just position this one on this side, which I've not flipped it. I thought that looked a bit odd. Lovely. Let's flip that again. Maybe I can just move that straight into here. David with the super chat for $20, dude. Jesus. Keep up the good work. Can't wait to see what 2022 will look like for you and all of us here. David, dude, I really appreciate the support and the love. Thank you, as always, for the super chat. Everybody give a round of applause for David. I can't wait to see what 2022 has for us as well. I've got so focused on 10k as my sort of sub count, which, to be honest, doesn't really make a difference anyway. But yeah, what will I think of next? It's like, what will be the next goal? Which, to me, to be honest with you, is straight to 100. Okay, it's huge, but once YouTube send me that plaque, it's going right there. I think I might make myself like a bronze plaque. They don't make a bronze plaque for 10k, but that would be pretty cool. A little bronze plaque. 10k Joel Crate. That'd be cool. Maybe. I think it's always good to acknowledge your own achievements, regardless if, like, you know, the actual official plaque is, say, 100k. I think, you know, always worth just checking out what you've been up to. David, again, dude, really appreciate the super chat. Let's then take a look at what we got for the rest. Let's do the other letters as well. What have we got here? So this is the bright bulb. I don't want to make this one like the same all the way around, so I'm going to have to group some together there, for example. Leave one. And then swipe that to the left and duplicate it. Swipe this one to the left and duplicate it, and then turn that group off because we're done with that. Oh, don't mean to do that. God, you guys got me all riled up and excited for 2022. Let's go. In my mind now, I was just sort of running away with it, like getting a bit excited. Gotta calm down. Gotta calm down. Right, I'm gonna try my very best to remember. Sorry, we're gonna flip it on me now. My very best to remember how my experiences are, but with you guys. So, what was my first experience of meeting you, virtually, of course? You know, within the space that we have, our little corner of the internet, as I like to say. And so, let me pinch these together, and let me get that all together, and then turn that layer off here, because we don't need that anymore. That's already looking pretty cool. I'm very happy with that. Dream big, stay grounded. Absolutely, David. So let's start with David. So David, let's just switch it to full cam for 2 secs while I do. So David dropped into a live stream once, and he dropped in, and out of nowhere, he became a YouTube member straight away in the chat. He became a $5 super chat, I think, at the same time, from what I remember, came flying in. There's been a patron for a while prior to that, and I remember specifically in the chat asking, are you a patron? I can't remember. And somebody was like, oh yeah, you're getting too big for your boots now. Yeah, you can't remember everybody. But I do remember David. And then David, obviously, at that point, we did the design, which, shall I show you? Let's switch it back, actually. I'll show you the design we did. I don't know where it's actually likely to be. Let's have a look. There it is. So David Kim design. So in there's like, in this text, we've got that sort of mirrored effect. But we also added sort of a red and blue distort on either side to give it that sort of retro look to it. And the way that the font worked out, so symmetrical. And that one there, chef kiss. Marie also dropped into a live stream, and I remember Marie, I think, was actually my first ever super chat. I remember specifically coming in, and I was like, wow, thank you so much. I was overwhelmed at the time, and especially considering you have you've got such a large subscriber count now. Isn't it 28k, 30k? I do apologize. 30k. I think at the time it was 28, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And that's how I remember first meeting Marie, anyway, in stream. Julie, I don't think we can forget a Julie entrance, to be honest with you. Julie came flying into a live stream once, and at that point we were staying a bit... Wait, shut it. Me? Damn, you need to follow... I don't know why you broke me off there. But we also, for Marie, actually, before I forget, we did, in the design, we took our logo and made it neon in the live on stream. I remember that. I was like, oh God, I really hope she uses this. This would be cool. But yeah, Julie come flying in, and she was just hitting us with some... she took it up in terms of the... I took it up a notch, maybe 3, for, how can I put this? Maybe a little promiscuous comments here and there. I think some people were maybe keeping quiet about maybe some promiscuous stuff at that point, but you just came in and you're like, wham! Here's the comment. Like, just dropping it in the chat, and I was like, okay, we're going there now. That was really funny. That's crazy. Crazy times. Kevin, actually, well, if you're still here, Kevin, I remember dropping into the chat, and we went over onto Discord, didn't we? And Michael McConaughey style voice, he come in real smooth mover. He come in real good. Michael McConaughey? Did I make that mistake last time? Michael McConaughey? Matthew McConaughey? That's one of them, innit? Maybe I said Michael last time and it is Matthew again. Hello, he's still here. I see you. Is that Blush? What, me? Matthew McConaughey. I said Michael. I remember saying that last time. What else have we got? Trevin, obviously relatively new to the streams, but your work over on Discord, especially with your sort of abstract, sort of distorted style art is something I really like. So it caught my eye quite a lot. Oh, and then Trevor, let me just forget. Is that for the design for stickers? Yeah. So like David mentioned there, I sent that to him in email afterwards, all the different versions of it. And he was going to have that printed as a sticker. As you mentioned, got them delivered to the wrong address. But we were waiting on that for weeks, David. We were trying to make sure to see how you got on. Good. I think I'm super well behaved now. I mean, sometimes your comments, took it to another level, and then other people's comments have just taken it to like another level. And I'm like, I can understand now why you're like, okay, I'm gonna stay here, and then everybody else like moved up a couple of tiers. Who else is in the chat? Excuse me, I'm yawning. I think it's the music sending me off a little bit. I'm gonna scroll back up. Kat as well. Kat's just such an awesome person over on our Discord. Just I remember Kat specifically saying to me that, you know, she's in other Discords for other content creators, but the fact that I reach out to her and talk to her and communicate and create a friendship was meant a lot to her. And I remember one specific moment actually with Kat. I think it was Kat. I've got a terrible memory, so I think I'm doing pretty good, to be fair. Kat's young boy, I think it was her boy. It's his birthday. Reconnecting. Oh, we're back. I think we're back. We are back. Can you drop a 1 in the chat if you can still see this? It disconnected and reconnected. Oh, cool. Oh, that was rapid then. That disconnect didn't really do too much damage. Ace. But yeah, Kat, it was her little boy's birthday, and she asked me to say happy birthday to him, and I was like, oh, this is a cool moment. Like, this is cool. And he loved it. He was so overwhelmed by it, which is cool, because I also was a bit like, this is cool. I remember telling should we give her a name? Mrs. Create. I remember telling her, and she was like, oh, that is sick. And I was like, yeah, I know, like, I'm big time. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Sissy's our new face over on Patreon, so we're still quite new faces to one another, but it's great to see you here in the live stream. I love it when new patrons come along and just get involved in everything, whether it's the Discord or live streams. It's great to see everybody. I also like that we've got quite a few things going on. You know, we have the live streams. We have the live streams. We've got Discord. We got actually over on Patreon as well. Some people just stay over there. The Facebook group as well. I love seeing you guys in here though, in the live streams. Right, should we try and get this done? Try and get this done. Okay, so. That's cool. If I've missed somebody there, by the way, just let me know in the chat, and I will, 1, apologise, or 2, try and also remember how we all met. Oh damn, I just threw all those layers out of order there. That was a mistake. Let's grab the bottom one, let's edit the text. That's nice. It's looking good. Let's do that one more time. Let's really push those lights up and out. So nice little effect there. So my camera's bringing that up quite bright. It's not quite as bright as that. Dobby's another one. Dobby. Obviously, she came into the stream and her name being Darby, but apparently when I pronounce it, because I can't talk apparently, it came out Dobby. And she was happy to roll with it, and gave us pictures of her dogs as well over on the Discord. But Dobby's always here, always showing some love as well every week on in the chat. Kat, did you hear that, my dear? We were remembering how we met, from my point of view, on all of our platforms, but whether it be Patreon or the Discord server, either one of them. You missed it. So Kat, what I was doing is I was explaining how I've met all of you in our little virtual sort of corner of the internet. And I specifically remember with you at one moment where you asked me to say live on stream and wish your little boy a happy birthday on stream. And to me, that was a really cool moment this year, along with everybody else's, meeting everybody else as well in their moments throughout the year of I was just joking around. I told Mrs. Create about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm big time now. But I can't remember specifically what your wording was, but you mentioned that he loved it and was like excited by it, and it was just really cool. Just a really cool moment to say, little birthday shout outs. But then obviously Kat then, yeah, there we go, made his day. That was it. That's the wording you used last time. What did I do here? Okay, so now what I want to do is try and work on the reflection. Christ, look how many layers we got just for the top part of the text. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough layers to duplicate that. And then flip that upside down. Then we obviously have to make some distortions there to make that fit primarily here. But that could look really cool in a minute. He brings it up every now and again. Oh, that's cool. What's up, Ashir? How you doing? So what we need to do is we have to motion blur top to bottom. But we kind of like, I think I need to like motion blur it vertically and then grab the Gaussian blur and the pencil version. How does this work? Because they've changed it and I can't even work it out. Gaussian blur pencil. Oh, is it because I'm on the monoline? I need to switch it to the airbrush and then go back in Gaussian blur pencil and then use that. Gotcha. So that would be hella brushed out there. We do a little bit, moving that up, and as we get closer, just really blur that out. But as it gets close to the main reflection of it, that's where we keep things nice and strong. I'm very good, Ashir. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you being here. Cat usually still on when I pick him up, so he's excited to hear that. That's cool. Julie, good question. So, is your first impression of any of us now changed? Changed now, or are you right immediately? Right, I'm going to say that again without being asleep. So I say that again. So your first impression of any of us. No, I tell you what. This isn't me. This is how it's written. So is your first impression of any of us changed now, or were you right immediately? I don't think anything's changed. I think the same energy that a lot of people have come in with is exactly the same. People have just come in and been themselves. And I don't think anybody's changed in any way. Little bits and bobs here and there where people have like become more confident, especially like communicating with the rest of the Discord and stuff. That's pretty cool to see. I really love that. I think people like, I've seen Kevin's you know, jumping into the Discord, the Discord chat. While we're all there, you know, it's quite a lot of sort of big characters, should I say, in our Discord, and for him to drop in was really cool. But no, not really. I don't think anything's changed as such. I think you're all still a pain. You really are. Like, keep me up at night. Not in. Like, all joking aside, genuinely couldn't be happier with how much our community has grown and how the fans as such are all present all the time, but also all completely on the same wavelength most of the time. Not gonna be a pain. This year has seen a few people though change. Other people change. Maybe not people that are in this not in this Discord, in this stream, which is a shame. But you know, I guess you can't be everything to everybody on the internet, and that's probably my own little quibble, whatever you want to call it, this year with, you know, everything that we got going on. It's probably about the only thing, and I'm not going to get into details too much, but you know, that's one thing I've had to learn this year quite quickly, is you cannot and will not be everything to everybody on the internet, and some people are just different to you, and that's fine. People are different to you. They have different levels of maybe like sensitivity, and your banter sometimes just ain't funny to them, and that's fair. That's a completely fair comment to make. And I'm at ease with that. Yeah, I think sometimes like people don't realise that not everybody in the world is out to get them, and in our little pocket of the corner of the internet, it's definitely not that way intended at all. But just glad not offended anybody too badly. And I think a lot of people just know that I really am only ever joking, and I mean, you can't imagine to me how awful it would be to deter somebody away from this. So. Oh, damn. That looked good. So that's coming off a little bit too... All of this is looking a bit too bright on that screen. I don't really know how I can change that for you guys, because this app actually doesn't include contrast and stuff. There's not really a lot I can do, but it's looking a little bit brighter there, that's all. I wonder if I can like increase the brightness so it overwhelms the camera, or no, it's probably better to do it the other way. Yeah, that's a bit closer. Nice PlayStation lights, appreciate you, dude. Thank you. So grateful. Yeah, and Kat, you know, like Kat's to use Kat as an example. You know, we said earlier on that, like, you know, Kat does reach out to me and whatnot. You know, with lovely comments, and everybody does. But it's, you know, it's just great to see that some people have really found a great little home. Love that. That's looking pretty cool. pretty happy with how clean that looks. It's just real simple. Oh, really, really underestimated actually how much the lighting on the inside needs to affect. That's the outside. Oh, I think I actually left this and then didn't go back to it. Yeah, I did. This layer here. Gosh, and blur that out a tiny bit. So these, just while I just get distracted on this for a second, are the types of designs I love to do where you just can run away with it and just keep making tweaks, keep making changes, and just really, like I say, run away with it. Don't worry about that. Let's lower that. Oh, I did the wrong layer, that's fine. Oh, that's looking clean. That's looking really clean. Chuffin is a nice way to put it. Lol, I worked on the Boo Boo Bus for a decade, and goodness, fickle is an understatement. Also, if any of you can ever find a way to offend me, I'll Venmo you with $1 whole. I was really going to go for it then, but for $1, I'm not sure it's worth it. I'm joking. Sounds like a challenge. 11:15. Okay, cool. That's actually working out quite nicely. I can start to think about wrapping this up. I love the darkness, the sort of darker, warmer tones down here, and I want to try and reflect that in, not reflect it, but capture it for the top area as well. So it's set to color dodge. So that's how we get those brighter, warmer tones. And I'm not sure that's it, actually. I'm sure that actually instead, let's change that back. Oh, that's better. Oh, I like that. Darkens it up, give it a bit more contrast. 2022, that's looking cool. And then what I'll do is I'll like, if I say Photoshop, I'll Procreate myself just sort of sat on top of the two. That'd be pretty cool. Wouldn't look cool, Joe. Just relax, calm down. Hey, quick question. What time is it for everyone? So for me, it's 11:15, so 45 minutes till midnight over here in the UK. For anybody just joining, this is going to be a little sneak peek of this weekend's YouTube tutorial. Beautiful blue palette. It's coming off a little bit brighter on the screen there, so don't take that into consideration, but this is a little look at what's coming up on Friday. It's 5:15. Damn, so you're a good 6 hours behind me. Damn, 5 hours. So you guys are all pretty much stateside by the looks of it. Other than Puerto Rico. I said pretty much. Covers the majority. Don't you think it's mental that, like, we can do all this on just such a global scale now, and it's mental that me, in my little space, can just live stream to all of you everywhere. Like, that sounds like such a crazy, like, old man thought, but it does blow my mind. And when I look at my analytics somewhere and it's like the entire planet, like from left to right, mental. So that's a little look at this weekend's tutorial coming up on Friday. This, please, I'm telling you now, this will not be a tutorial. No chance. This is far too long, far too intricate to try and do. No chance. Don't even ask me. I'm just nipping it in the bud right now. It blows my mind every time I think about it. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, you guys are just like all the way over there right now, and don't do this to me, please. We're like all over the world, like all over the world. Guys, if this was going to be a tutorial, this is like, who's saying 3:16? That's how long this tutorial will be. 3 hours 16 minutes. I'm telling you. I don't know why I said that. There's so many layers here. God, I hate you lot sometimes. Oh, right, let me take a look. I'm taking a look. That's it. You guys are so annoying. Kevin, relax. That is not the vibe. That is not the vibe I'm going for. Actually, to be honest with you, how this would be done on a... How many layers is in here? Please be like... Please be like 86 layers. It's not crazy. Oh, 27. Fine, I guess. How's this gonna work? Text, outer line, followed by inside depth. We already know how to do that. Create a light bulb once. You created this. What do you expect? I've created a monster. There were more, but you merged a bunch of them together. That is true. That's what I am concerned about. But I mean, it's the bulbs themselves is the problem. So maybe we can merge it down. I also have no idea what colours I've used. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Like, this palette is enormous. Primarily it was this one and this one, I think. And then some of these darker tones. I'm half tempted to not even edit it. Like, if this was going to be a tutorial, I'm recording it and I'm slapping it up. Kevin, you're joking. Kevin, are you telling me you can't find a space for an electric type Pokemon in here? You could make these Voltorbs and then make the glow around them, so just a bunch of Voltorbs. That looks sick. Slap me good. That's all good, it's all good. I love that. Don't worry, Trevin. He said Tarvin. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't I? Why don't I just edit this live stream down and you just try your best to follow along? What did I say? What did I say? Do you want to see how this... No, I'm not sending this on Discord, actually, because someone will jump on it. I'm thinking maybe what we do is we create one bulb. We then colorize one bulb so it's not yellow. And then make it like the orangey sort of tone there, the other warm tone. That gives us our bulbs. And then from our bulbs, we can then work out the rest. The bulbs themselves are followed by a light glow, followed by a dark add layer, which is only used to darken up the inside of that shadow. Glow, big glow, empty layer. Cool, delete, magic. Then we have the drop shadow in there, which nicely separates that. Then we've got an add layer here for extra bloom. The inside. How does that look? Rubbish jar. So trying to cut a corner. That one. Inside glows based on the bulb position. That line looks pretty critical to me, so we'll add that in too. I prefer that with the darker outside. Yeah, there's perspective and motion blurs in there for what for, Trevin? I can't be Ace tutorial. This is a perfect tutorial for it. This is for you. This is what I do for you. I'm just like, oh Marie, why are you doing me like that? You then have these layers down here, which alright. Yeah, it could add some in there. I just don't want to overdo it. The problem with that is the second I start adding like lens flares in there and leaks and stuff, like it's already got like mad out of control. So let's try and, I mean, we can try it. How much time we got? What time is it? Okay, yeah, we'll wrap it up in 5. Let's get layers. Let's take a look at let's just position some, just see what happens. That's it. Let's just do that. Let's just duplicate that. Change that to don't think it adds anything. Sorry, let me zoom in so you can see there's one here around the outside. I don't think it adds anything, to be honest with you. I think people are welcome to do so. In terms of the basis of it, that's definitely enough. Voltorb could replace the 0. Yeah, adapt the colour scheme to make it blend in. I mean, that would be a banger of a tutorial though, wouldn't it? Well, let me check the calendar. What do we reckon? I think the time that this is going to take, it cannot go onto YouTube. So you've just had your second one for this month. I'm off this weekend, and then next week that would give me a lot of time to do it, shoot it, record it. Meant to have a special guest this month as well. I just don't know when that's going to fit in. I actually haven't even. I should contact them actually and try and see if that's still going ahead. Don't do too much then. Yeah, we'll keep it clean. I think we could get. I think it'd be good to do it this year, like pre-2022, so people can post this, you know, Happy New Year sort of thing. So I tell you what, that would be nice, and we have to optimize like content based on the time of year, like the Christmas stuff. I think that's going to be the final tutorial for 2022 on Patreon. So this month, maybe next week, maybe. I'm off. Tuesday could record that. Maybe the 15th, maybe the 22nd. Probably the 20th. Tell you what. Let's do it for the 20. We'll do it around about the 21st of December. That's when we can squeeze that in. That gives me time to get back into that. Yes, Trevin, you did. Trevin, this is quite a common occurrence that I get bullied into doing this, so it's my fault. I do it live on stream, I tease you with some content like that, and you know you want it, so that's fair enough. I'm the monster, it's not you. I'm the monster. This has happened before. Which one did it happen on, guys? Can you remember? What was the other one? There was another one, wasn't there? I got bullied into doing the pumpkin one live on YouTube. My face, yeah, my face. Oh, my face paused there for a second. I need to stop slouching as well. All right, we'll do this for the 21st, roughly around about there. So you guys can do it. You got plenty of time to do it. You got like what, just shy of a 2-week window there to do it and post it on your socials if you want to. Just know I hate you. I'm joking. I love a text tutorial. Oh, you're going to need the font as well. So if you've never installed a font before, check the video out on my channel, how to install fonts. Okay, yeah, this will be a Patreon exclusive tutorial for, let me zoom in on a letter so you can see the styling. Then the final one for this month, so we'll get that done. Everyone is talking to me as I'm trying to listen to you. It's all good, Cat, don't worry. It's not impact. It's something like lemon something. I don't even think I have the original text layer. Oh no, I do. Lemon milk. Lemon milk. You can edit a lot out of the video queue or split it into 2 parts. That is true. I'll probably I'll just make it a long video. It's all good. I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. This is a one-time deal. Oh, okay, actually I've got a question for you then. And this is primarily aimed at patrons, just to be sure, just to be clear. But you can add your opinion in here as well. So next year, I also want to get started on creating some Skillshare content. Now, I've seen other content creators and they use their Patreon content for Skillshare. So they're basically saying, you can join Skillshare and pay for that each month and you'll get access to other people, but it's a bit pricier. And you get access to all my Skillshare content here live here on Patreon, so it's not necessarily exclusive. I'm just curious what people's thoughts and feelings are about that. If, let's say, I was to put a tutorial of mine that's also a Patreon exclusive, but on Skillshare, so not YouTube, so not like devaluing what it is you're supporting us for, but just curious to know. I've got no sort of thought process to actually potentially do this, or like any sort of underlying sort of desire to do it, but just curious to know what your thoughts are. That's a good idea. Skillshare is awesome. That's cool. That's cool, and it helps creators out a lot. It can really be a good, useful, additional. Oh, hang on. I actually get paid per video at Creative Fabrica. Oh, hang on. This I swear this company is somebody that's reached out to me before. Creative Fabrica. No, that's not it. Somebody reached out to me from a company asking me to create content for them, and it was like a Skillshare alternative. It wasn't them. It was some sort of Spanish company. You like the idea, Milo? So, it does mean that technically, yes, your tutorial may be available on Patreon, and then I may reuse the video and put it on Skillshare. But it does also mean that both of them are, if you want to get down to the technicalities of it, are hidden behind a paywall in a sense. Trevin's off. Gotta peace out. It was great hanging with you. Thanks for the stream, Trevin. I appreciate you being in here for as long as you have. I am also going to hit the hay in a second anyway, dude. So appreciate you being in here. It's been in here for a while tonight. But take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. I just don't want people to get funny, upset in any way of, we're patrons. This is content that's exclusive to us, and you're moving it over onto Skillshare as well at the same time. So they are currently beefing up their video library and gave me first dibs. We'll talk. Nice. That's cool. Okay. My Julie just got home. Decided to make dinner. See you later. Kevin, appreciate you being in here as always for quite a while as well. So I appreciate you being here. Take it easy, dude. So Julie, I'm making my way very close to you this weekend. I'm making my way to Hull. So Yorkshire. So Milo, it won't necessarily make any difference. It would just mean that I may potentially if I was to take a tutorial that I've already done, I think I would still give Patreon the early access. So let's say, for example, just spitballing an idea. If I was to take my first ever Patreon exclusive tutorial, the helmet design, and put that over on Skillshare, cut it up accordingly for it, and maybe redub little bits of it, so it doesn't say what's up Patreon, and then so if you're a patron, it doesn't matter. Like, you can stay over on Patreon and, you know, get your exclusives. But some of the videos may sometimes get repurposed later on after a good period of exclusivity over onto Skillshare. So people who pay for Skillshare can go ahead and watch the videos. That sounds like a better option than actually like taking the much older tutorials and making sure that Patreon has like a good, you know, what we're up to now. We're nearly up to tutorial 20. I think this, oh, tell a lie, this is going to be tutorial 20 of tutorial 20 2022. That's cool. Yeah. And yeah, Julia, I know I said I was gonna make it an easy one, but to be fair, usually I can't sleep when I get back to bed. I'm still like in the mind frame. But yeah, I will tell you what, I always do this. So I tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna love you and leave you. If you've hung out for most of the chat, for most of the stream even, I appreciate you being in here the whole time. And even if you've only been in here for a little bit, we will not be interrupted at all by the Christmas period for streaming. So we'll be streaming all throughout December, every Wednesday, 15th, 22nd, and the 29th. All going to be streaming days. And I think that then runs nicely into January. It does, so we will not be affected in the slightest. So we will continue to stream all the way through December, and you can maybe drop in if you get some time in the festivities. Potentially, if I realise it's a bit quiet, maybe we'll cut it short a little bit, but otherwise we'll continue to do our normal sort of streams in there. You bullied the heck out of me to make this, so be prepared for that as a tutorial, and be prepared for the new tutorial up on Friday on the YouTube channel. But with that said, I'll love you and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, your morning, or sweet dreams otherwise, and I'll catch you the same time next week, but otherwise on the tutorial on Friday. Peace.